So unless you've been living under a rock for the past few weeks, you know that the C8 Corvette has been released and broke the internet, yes. But here we are today, and it's continuing to do so. We have a leaked document right in front of me that has some very interesting numbers on it. I want to explain a little bit more in depth in this video about what these numbers are. Here we go, leaked document in my hands, not confirmed. But I think that the numbers that we're going to talk about on this piece of paper here, the things we're going to discuss in this video, are going to be accurate and proven here in the next few weeks. But let's dive into it. So as you're looking on screen, let's start to the top right of this page. Let's look at a curb weight. Let's go ahead and highlight on the Z51. So 3,577 pounds. And then let's go ahead and migrate all the way down to the performance. 0 to 60, here we go, 3 seconds, and that is a non-Z51, okay guys? And then when you add that $5,000 Z51 package, it's going to drop to 2.9, so a tenth of a second there. 0 to 100 mile an hour in 7.6 seconds. Wow, oh my gosh. Top speed, we already know is confirmed, 193 mile an hour. Now, here is the bread and butter of this video. Quarter mile pass, 11.3. There it is, 11.3. Now, before we go any further, let's go back down to the engine. Remember, non-Z51, 490 horsepower, 465 pound-feet of torque. When you add that Z51 package, you are going to bring that up to 495 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. All of that is confirmed, but this quarter mile time is what's in question here. So I do want to briefly talk about, wow, I'm kind of speechless because we have basically, let's just say 500 horsepower car, just to be, 495. That's what it is. It's 500 horsepower car and is able to trap supposedly 11.3 and a quarter mile. That is crazy, crazy fast for a stock car. If this holds true, I really hope that it does. This is insane. So why is it able to pull off at 11.3? Well, let's talk about that. Let's just discuss for a moment. And again, let me know in the comments down below what you think. Are these numbers going to be proven correct? Do you think that they are realistic? Here we go. So let's look at a 2018 and up Mustang GT paired with the 10R80, which is a 10-speed transmission in its GT V8 5-liter platform. Stock, those cars generally do about 11.9 to 12.2 in the quarter. It's been proven for years now that they're very fast cars, very reliable, very consistent. And also remember, they come from the factory with 460 horsepower. They do not have a dual clutch transmission where the C8 does. The dual clutch is going to have a little less parasitic loss, and it's going to shift just a little bit faster. The 2020 Shelby GT500 also has a dual clutch. We have 760 horsepower in that car, and we now know that that car is confirmed to weigh 4,225 pounds, and it does 0 to 60 in about 3.5 seconds. We still don't have confirmation of quarter mile passing with that car. I think that the car is probably going to run like maybe a 10.6, 10.7 out of that car, but 11.3, how is this possible? Again, let's look at the Mustang GT, 2018 plus, as spec, like we talk about, 10R80. Let's say that it has 355 gears, which all the performance package 10R80s do, and are able to trap very fast times down the track. With very little modification, you're able to pull off 11.4 to 11.2, depending on good DA, possibly at 11.1. So unless you're using trans brake, it is possible to pull off a high 10, like a 10.9, but more consistently 11, 11.1, 11.2, 11.3, just depending. But the modifications it honestly takes to get there, you need a long tube catless header, or you need a cat delete. You arguably might need a cold air intake, but you definitely have to have an E85 tune to do that, and a good sticky tire. Now, we look at the Corvette again, and we have a factory car that's doing 11.3 and a quarter. How is this possible? Well, it's got almost 500 horsepower, and also remember that it's a mid-engine, so all of that weight is placed near the rear axles. So honestly, if it being a mid-engine car and it did not do 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, I would be a little frustrated. Because generally speaking, it's very common for mid-engine cars to do very, very well in acceleration. I mean, it is what it is. It's a measure of traction. You have better traction back there versus something, versus a car that has an engine in the front of the vehicle. Let me know what you think about this too. What if Ford pulled off a mid-engine Mustang? How would you feel about that? Me, I don't know. I think it still needs to be front engine, but very, very cool that the C8 is able to, you know, finally be a mid-engine, finally be able to show us some real performance out of the car. Not that it didn't perform before, but holy cow, I can't wait to see what the Z06 is going to come out with for the C8. Will there be a Grand Sport model? I don't know. There's also more rumor about a Z06 coming out in the next couple of years with a twin turbo V8 with a flat plane crank. That would be very, very interesting. Very GT350 like. But time will tell if that's going to hold true or not. Those are just rumors. All of this is unconfirmed. But also on that note, they're talking about maybe 750 plus horsepower out of a twin turbo V8 for the Z06 when it comes out. That would be really exciting to see, and a true McLaren 720S fighter, Ferrari fighter at that point, and for a lot less money. That's also something else that we need to remember here is the Z51 C8 Corvette is significantly cheaper than a 2020 GT500, depending on options, if you want that track package or not. And certainly a lot more cost affordable compared to, you know, the other supercars that are out there. You're gonna save hundreds of thousands of dollars going with an American, I don't know if you call it a supercar, but an exotic, an American exotic. I guess that's not even valid too, because for us it's a domestic car. But yeah, I think it's very possible to have a C8 Corvette do 11.3 1/4 mile with its good sticky tires. Could we be looking at a 10-second pass with no other modifications? Could we be looking at a 10-second pass with a good drag radial tire on that C8 Corvette? I think that it is very possible, and I think that the future is going to prove us correct in saying that yes, I believe that the 11.3 pass is going to be fact. I think it's going to be fact here in the next couple of weeks. I think once everything gets confirmed, because everything else on this document is being pretty much proven. We know the weight, we know the horsepower, we know everything else. Wow, wow, wow. 2.9 seconds to 60, 7.3 to 100, which is moving, guys. If you guys don't I mean, we're just talking about numbers, but for those of you guys out there that actually drag race, those are very fast times. 11.3 is booking. It really is. It takes a full bolt-on Mustang GT 2018 to pull off an 11.3 in good air. In good air. We got to remember that. And so I'm sure this 11.3 that they're talking about here too is measured in good air as well. Has this been tested? I don't know. There's not really much footage that's out there. But yeah, guys, this is pretty much the video. I just think that I want to say that yes, I think these leaked documents are going to be proven correct here soon. I think that it is very possible to have an 11.3 pass. I think that this thing will dominate in the 1/4 mile. I think it's very possible to have a 10-second C8 Corvette stock car, only modification being a good rear sticky tire. Mid-engine cars, remember, they have a lot more traction. It's very easy to drive those things off of the line. You have all that weight towards the rear of the car. This may not be the best video in the world, but I just wanted to basically put this out there, let you guys ponder on this and think about it a little bit. You know, would it be possible to have a 10-second, you know, basically factory C8 Corvette? And I think the answer is yes. I think the answer, again, 11.3 is going to be proven correct here very, very soon. I think it's very exciting. I think that we are definitely living the horsepower wars. I mean, we say that every year when something new comes out, but I mean, wow, what are we gonna have 10 years from now? I mean, think about that. They're gonna look back at 2.90 to 60 and be like, oh, that's so slow. Because the Mustang GT, when it came out in 2018 with the refresh, you know, it just blew up the internet. You got a 10-speed transmission, does 0 to 60 in about 4 seconds, a little under that if you can mimic it. And then it's very proven all day long with long tubes, cat deletes, E85 tuning, good tires, good DA. It's very, very possible to have a consistent 11.3 pass out of the Mustang. You can have around 500 horsepower, which is what the C8 already has pretty much stock, and they have similar torque if you're running E85. The C8 having a little bit north of what the Mustang would have. But yeah, 11.3 is it. I'm gonna call it, I'm gonna say it. Mark my words. In this video, you heard it here first. Yes, we're gonna have a proven 11.3 pass out of the C8 Corvette. Very exciting. But again, let me know what you think in the comments, and hopefully be able to race one here soon whenever they come out and so people start buying these things up, because they're gonna be everywhere. Yeah, that's the video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you found it interesting, something to think about, and I'll see you guys in the next one.